Hi, my name is Tony Calagridis. I'll be acting as an industrial vegetation management and pasture specialist with Dow AgriSciences. I sell herbicide to land management companies, utility companies, industrial facilities, etc. for weed control in places such as roadsides, railroad tracks, or industrial facilities. I work to consult and assist the end user to ensure positive success or experiences with the company and our products. My territory is going to consist of the entire eastern time zone of Florida, and today I'll be meeting with Mr. Rick Maker. Mr. Rick Maker is the owner and operator of Maker's Land Management based out of Bartow, Florida, and it is a very prominent, well-established company. It would be a really great client to gain because they are so large and prominent and well-established. My two handling objections are going to be direct denial and compare and contrast, and my closing will be no risk close.
Come in.
Hey, Mr. Maker, how's it going?
Good morning, Mr. Calagridis. How are you?
I'm good. You mind if I take a seat?
Absolutely, please.
So it's my understanding that you're a brother of Alpha Gamma Rho from the University of Florida?
That's correct. I was an active member there while I was in school in the late 80s. I was actually the noble ruler for my last year there. It was a lot of fun. How is the chapter doing?
Oh, it's great. I've been there. I was there for all 4 years while I was active at University of Florida, and it's doing really well actually. The chapter's grown to be about as large as it's ever been. We won Chapter of the Year this year with Greek Awards, which is a really big honor, and we actually just finished about $100,000 renovation on the house. We redid the whole parking lot and tore it all out, tore all the millings out, resurfaced it with asphalt. It looks really great. Wow. And then inside, tore all the floors up, pre-stuccoed the walls, changed the ceilings, fixed all the leaks. Really incredible. You should come see it.
Wow, that sounds really exciting. You know, next time I'm in Gainesville, I might have to stop by for one of the football games next fall.
Absolutely. We've been working with a lot more alumni recently and having a lot more alumni get-togethers to try to reestablish bonds. So that'd be really great to have you.
That'd be awesome. Maybe we can go to a football game or something next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Was planning on it.
You can come sit in my bowl or my box seat with me.
That sounds like a plan to me. Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to go ahead and tell you a little bit about myself and a little bit about Dow AgriSciences.
Absolutely. Let's hear it.
Well, as you know, Dow AgriSciences is an international corporation that specializes in producing breakthrough technologies for the industry. You know, everything from pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, rodenticides. We cover a large spectrum for a lot of different products. I mean, we work with seeds. We have a very diverse company. Well, it's been around since the late 1800s, and it's broke off, and it's, you know, we have a lot of different branches now, and it's a little more specialized, but it's very prominent, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
As for myself, I was born and raised in Winter Haven, Florida. It's the town over from Bartow, as you would know, and I went to the University of Florida, where I got my bachelor's degree. I got my bachelor's degree 5 years ago, where I majored in horticultural sciences and got a minor in management and sales of agribusiness. Following graduation, I joined the Dow AgriScience team right away, and I've been working with them ever since. I've had a large, or a very diverse group of experience throughout the years beforehand as well. I worked on a lot of different farms throughout the United States, South Carolina, Virginia. I worked in California for a while, working with a variety of different fruits and vegetables. So I've definitely made a name for myself, and I've gained a lot of valuable experience.
Wow, how about that? It's a small world. I bet we know a lot of the same people growing up in the same area. Of course, I probably know their parents and you know the children, but I'm sure we have a lot of mutual connections.
Actually, I think I'm kind of close to your son's age. Isn't your son in late 30s?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I think we played sports against each other in high school.
Most likely. They probably whooped up on you, though. Bartow's got one heck of a football team.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a whole nother discussion we can have later.
Yeah, we can hash that out next fall over a football game.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll go ahead and move forward with the business discussion.
Absolutely.
So I understand you're looking for some type of chemical control of herbicide weeds on a portion of Highway 60 that you manage.
That's exactly right. And our company strives to do quality work to fulfill our clients' needs, but we have to try to stay as economically efficient as possible. Between the rising cost of diesel fuel and labor going through the roof, it's been hard to continue to stay profitable. So we're looking for chemical alternatives with a company with stellar customer service that can just take care of everything we need.
So you're saying you're looking for a way to cut down on your costs through herbicides with a company with great customer service that is willing to assist you and offers and offer advice on techniques that could be used. Is that correct?
That is exactly right.
Well, how about I go ahead and tell you about how I can fulfill your needs?
I'd love to hear how.
Okay, well, to begin, we have unmatched customer service. There's been extensive research to show that our products are extremely effective and they do exactly what they say they're going to do as long as they're applied in the way they should be. So essentially, I'm here to make sure that my customers are having a pleasant experience with our products and with our company. With that, it's important for me to make the point that you're not only buying the product, but you're buying a consultant, which is me. The herbicide that we'll be selling you, Milestone, is specially formulated to not only have low application rates, but it can also be paired with a variety of other herbicides and pesticides. That's to say, if this doesn't control at all the broadleaf weeds that you're looking for, we can pair in, you can tailor it a little bit more and put another pesticide or herbicide in there, or if it comes down to it and you have some type of pest problem for the area, we can add the pesticide. This will ultimately save you more money. So if you look at this value analysis table, it'll show you the cost, how we'll cut down on labor compared to the cost of adding the spray program. Does that make sense?
Okay, so explain this a little bit more to me. So this column right here is where you have the cost of diesel fuel and then the cost of labor. So when you put how it can be mixed with other chemicals and the price per acre, that's where you're getting the total cost per acre?
Absolutely, because if you see here, this is without any, and this will be your average cost per acre, and then this will be when you add it. So we add the cost of the herbicide per acre, and then the cost of applying it with diesel and labor, and this is what your cost is going to be. And this is how much labor and cost of fuel you're going to be using without it, and you can see it's more.
Okay, so it's not necessarily the cheapest, but it's kind of right in the middle.
It'll definitely save you money in the long run.
Well, okay.
Well, if you don't mind, would you like to go ahead and move toward making this sale a complete?
Well, not quite. I have still a few other questions, if you don't mind, Mr. Calgarides.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, my first concern is, with a large international company like yourself, they tend to slack in their customer service. For my business to you guys wouldn't be a large percentage, and therefore I feel like that I could become a small fish in a really big pond. How do I know that that's not going to happen?
So you're saying that you're concerned that our customer service will be lacking, will not be able to show you the support that you need. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Well, I can tell you that is not true, and that will not happen. When you buy a product from me, you're not only gaining the product, but you're gaining a service. I will be your personal consultant to assist you. I will give you my personal cell phone number, and I will be able, and you can get a hold of me whenever you need to. I'll make a lot of trips to your job sites, wherever you need me to, and I will personally make spray programs tailored to each job site for you. Does that answer the question you had for me?
Yeah, that pretty much covers that.
Okay, well, would you be okay with going ahead and moving towards filling out the paperwork then?
Well, actually I have another concern. How can I be sure that this product will be as effective and economical as some say, as you say it is, when there are other options? For example, I've been told about the product named Perspective that's actually less expensive than the chemical Milestone you're pitching.
So you're asking why Milestone would be a better fit for you compared to Perspective, even though it's less expensive. Is that correct?
That is.
Okay, well, that is true. Perspective is less expensive than Milestone, and it controls the same type of weeds. But there's a couple things that make it a downfall. It has to be put out in higher concentrations, so that takes more time and space. It's not as effective as Milestone, and it cannot be paired with any other chemicals while it's being sprayed. So with Perspective, you're actually spending more money on labor costs and fuel costs because you have to make more trips with the tractor to control the same weeds. So Milestone is slightly more expensive per acre, but when you really get down to it, it's going to save you more money.
Okay.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah, that makes more sense and cleared up the questions that I had with your chart from page 4, bro. Okay, yeah, that makes good sense.
Do you have any other questions for me?
No, I think that's pretty much covered everything.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and recap. So you're looking for enough herbicide to control weeds of 10-mile stretch of Highway 60, which comes down to about 10 acres. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Well, because I know that you're not completely sure about this solution, I'm going to go ahead and take the liberty of creating a tailored spray program for you for this job site. So not only will that show you how we're going to keep from building resistance to these weeds and making it more difficult in the long run. But it'll show you how you're actually saving on labor costs. I'll show you. I'll put in there to make sure you understand by showing how much labor is, or how much your labor is decreasing. Would that be okay?
That would be excellent. It seems like that would be a great resource to have.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and get the product sent out to your office, and I will attach the invoice. It's been a pleasure working with you, Mr. Maker.
Likewise. Thank you, Mr. Calgaritas. Go get